Yes, guys, today 5 people are going to be winning 25 XRP if we can hit 1,000 likes within 24 hours. And all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on, and you comment down below the first year in which you bought crypto. Your comment is your entry ticket. Don't forget to do that. And guys, I've been reading a lot into a lot of things like I do every day. But today was pretty special because I started off thinking about the big Cold War that was going on. Actually not in crypto or anything, but more so in apps and really just in economical, just everything basically. And one of the first articles I read from today was President Trump signs executive orders banning Chinese social media apps TikTok and WeChat. Now, another article I read earlier was that Mark Zuckerberg became $6 billion richer this week because of the Instagram competitor, basically showcasing that Trump banning this has some very interesting effects on the market right now. However, this of course is going on as the US and China are having some warfare in terms of economical, advancements and all of that. And this article came out earlier today as well. Ripple's general counsel. US may lose Cold War to China through lack of crypto regulation. And one of the things this made me think about was that right now the US is in a very, very strange position, right? And when I say strange, I mean a very, very tight position because they have to innovate. They have to move on, otherwise they're going to be left behind. And one fun fact is that through CBDCs, a lot of these countries are all developing, right? We all know it. However, in terms of how far they are, the US is still quite far behind in comparison to, for example, China. And in terms of the rulings, I don't have them open right now, but in terms of what is allowed in what country, I'm not going to say any of these two countries are really forward, but at least China is looking to really add to their crypto policy. And I mean, the 22nd of July, where banks were allowed to offer custodian services for investors, was a good step in the right direction. However, we're already 2 and a little bit weeks further than that, and still no big, huge new statements have come out or anything like that, while China is really, really innovating in all of this. Basically, right now, it's a very, very serious and very dangerous spot for the US, as people are losing their faith in the US dollar, people are losing their faith in the economical capabilities of the US over the short term, more so trying to support emerging markets like those of China. And right now, a lot of uncertainty is going around. Now, again, I'm not going to say I'm against the US or anything like that, guys. I'm still very much thinking it's the most developed country in the world at this point, and definitely, at least most likely, the strongest in almost any way, shape, or form. However, they're not looking too good in their advancements, developments, and all that sort in terms of crypto. I think they could put in a lot more effort, and I think they could actually really, really excel. However, they're choosing not to. And it really could be the case that US is not going to be the first to advance something, which is maybe why they called it the Cold War here again, because it's really a race for something, and possibly it's a race for, this new, how are you going to call it, the new technology for CBDCs, or really for global crypto adoption. Of course, we also have the big US-China crypto mining debate going on, where is the US going to allow Bitcoin to, remain used while the majority of it is ruled in China, which is another question that might pop up. However, all of this, in the end, does not matter that much for XRP/Ripple, because Ripple is going to be connected to the banks and financial institutions, which will come out anyway. And XRP is really not that reliant on miners at all, and thus it can still prosper even if something were to happen. Even if the US were to pull up another move like they did with gold back in the day, where they said, you know what, we want all the gold. Even then, XRP would prosper, as they can't really demand all the XRP. They can demand all the Bitcoin, but they won't demand all the XRP, so that ain't going to happen. And also, it's a little bit more difficult to do so, since, the times are technological right now, and thus people will just not give their money and just, transfer it around the world, which would be a lot simpler than back in the day. All right, having said that, though, let's move on forward a little bit. The digital asset investor just put on Twitter, Forbes earlier today put 20 institutional Bitcoin owners revealed, but soon the list may vanish. By Forbes, valuable SEC data on 20 institutional Bitcoin investors could soon disappear. Reduced filing requirements for some Bitcoin investors could make it much more difficult to track industry growth and shrinking, yada, yada, yada. And in the article, it said, while many of the names are well-known mutual funds like ARK Invest with $4.5 billion in assets under management and Horizon Kinetic managing $5.3 billion, according to their investor disclosure forms, the latest filing are also rife with relative newbies to the space, including Rothschild Investment Corporation, Addison Capital, and Corient Advisor. It's very difficult to have a clean one-to-one signal on who's entering and exiting the space, says ARK Invest crypto analyst Yassin El-Mandriahara. But there are some very interesting proxies that can gouge institutional interest. Well, I think his statement is relating to Rothschild Investment Corporation that's getting into this, because we've been talking about a lot of theories surrounding that. And also, guys, Rothschild and the banking sector are often, seen as one thing. And them getting into crypto now is a very, very positive thing then, right? It means that this is really the future and there's no backing out from it and anything like that, which is, again, a very, very positive thing, and I'm happy to see it all. Then another thing from XRP Stewart. All investors that buy XRP have their own personal opinion about the future price. I can appreciate some individuals don't like price predictions. My own conservative predictions, based on pure speculation. I'm not a financial advisor or a genie. XRP all-time high, 2021 is $15 plus, 2025 is $60 plus, and then a picture here of 16 August 2013 at $0.002, then a little bit later at 0.01, which is a 320, oh no, that's not yet. Then at 20 November 2013 to 5 December 2013, went from 0.005 to 0.06, and then you can see the whole chart here. Just went with huge margins, and with time here, the gains will be seen. I think he's just trying to reflect here. Lows followed by new all-time highs repeated. Right now, March 2020, 0.12, so about 12 cents was the low. And if we're following the same type of ordeal, then most likely, the same thing would occur now, where we would have to get these percentages at $10 per coin. At least it's going to be coming up eventually after the dip. These types of things happens. I would say that actually following this analysis or theory here, we would have to go back to about $3.83 eventually. Like, it should have done that like in April, but it didn't. So all I can say to this is, it makes sense if you look at it. However, it doesn't make sense for the future, right? It's historical gains that have nothing to say about the future. And Kevin Gage said, I want my money back. I only own 1,000 XRP, so it has to go to 10,000 to fit my situation. Lol. Which is what a lot of people have in their minds, right? Like, hey, this is stupid investment and all that. When it's really just a waiting game, guys. I've told you guys this more often. It's the longer holder who will win. Even though this is not financial advice, that's our opinion, guys. The longer holder will win. It's a waiting game. Eventually, we'll get there. It's going to be huge. All right. I just talked about this one already. Then, the cryptic poet, to kind of, really put a little bit more emphasis on the point I was trying to make a little bit earlier here. China and Russia ditch dollar and move towards financial alliance. Right now, it's really looking like people are trying to get rid of the US dollar. Right? I've been seeing a lot of articles, a lot of YouTube videos as well. Even one of the most popular finance YouTubers right now, what's his name? Stephen Thomas? I'm looking it up on my... No, that's not Stephen Thomas. That's the other guy. Graham Stephan. Let me see here. Graham Stephan. Yes, that's it. He just posted a video earlier today. Your money is losing value. Do this now. Right? And I haven't actually watched the video. I'm not going to. But still, the point that he made with the title is pretty clear. And that is because a lot of people are valuing the US dollar at, a certain point right now that is most likely way too high for which it is actually supposed to be because of the massive QE that went on. Now, there are most likely some calculators with like how much should the US dollar be worth in comparison, because of all the massive amount of money that got pumped in. But still, without further ado, without checking, I know that there could be a very big move downwards where a lot of the pairs are going to hurt. However, it's very, very difficult to see or gauge exactly what date that will happen because to a certain degree, it should have happened exactly when they announced stimuluses or when the stimuluses came in. But since that really is not the case too much, then it's going to be really strange to pick. There's a fly, the one of the big ones, freaking annoying. To gauge exactly what date it's going to be. And I have no estimate. maybe when another big stimulus gets in, maybe that could be it. Maybe something else. Maybe another bit of advancement. Maybe some more statements from Trump might come out. And by the way, guys, talking about the subject of central banks getting into it, it's getting more and more apparent that the Euro region here and every other region here knows about Ripple. They all know about Ripple. They all mention them. But also that it's going to get so freaking big with some time here that it's like we're right now in the peanut stage, or like in with like flowers. I don't know the names in English, but right now the seedling phase, sort of like we're getting out of the seed. It's just a little start of everything, and eventually we're going to flourish to some crazy beautiful flowers, and all we need is a little bit of time. All we need is a little bit of time. All these countries are hopping on, they're getting into it. Here you can see in the Bahamas a pilot was launched, China pilot launched, in Uruguay pilot was even completed. And yeah, these countries will get their CBDCs out so ridiculously quick because of literally all the preparing. And right now they're all looking into it, But eventually we'll go with some bigger steps. We'll not even see the small amounts of progress. We'll see the end result. And most likely the world is going to be looking a lot more different than in like, let's say, for example, 3 years here than what we could have ever imagined. And then XRP may explode higher after destroying a macro trend line. Again, why I wanted to cover this once more for a little tiny weeny bit is that I think you shouldn't be waiting for some huge explosion here, but just trading with the flow if you want to make some quick money. Otherwise, just buy and hold and then buy your way down if the prices go lower. Or if you're waiting for a small term explosion to maybe like 35 cents or something like that, then better just focus on making profit whenever it goes up and down, you know, on a very, very short term. You should be trading it that way. Because just waiting for a move to 35 cents is just kind of waiting for your own luck, right? We're either waiting for a big move to maybe like 50 cents or close to that area, or nothing. Because, I mean, 35 cents ain't going to do nothing for us. It's a small step along the way, but it's really not that important. You know, I'm not going to sell any XRP at that point. Not going to be too eager to buy more, as it's, you know, pretty damn high. It's like 3 times the amount we could have bought it for in March. So that's, again, pretty annoying. And thus, I would hope for it to just stay around this area so we can still accumulate. Everything under 50 cents, in my opinion, is kind of okay. But, you know, everything under 20 cents feels really good. And 30 cents, I guess, can still do, but I'm not too eager on getting it. However, the more it goes up piece by piece, it doesn't add to the fundamentals, really. It just adds to the annoyance of me buying it at these higher prices. So I'm hoping it goes back down to 20. Most likely not going to do so. All these analysts are like, yeah, it's going to go, it's going to go. Well, let's see. All right, it's not looking like it. I'm hoping it, but it doesn't. All right, I'm either hoping for a big boom or a big downfall. Just something big to happen so we can make some more money. But again, guys, I'm thinking it's going to go up from here. A lot of the analysts are also expecting that. A lot of the articles are also kind of looking and pointing towards it because of all the uncertainty that's going on right here. And it is all positive for XRP, like I've been explaining in the last couple of videos. Guys, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another one. Take care and have a very, very nice day.